Want to master C# operators in just 5 minutes? Whether you're coding your first app or debugging like a pro, understanding operators is non-negotiable. So let's break it down. Let's start with the arithmetic operators. These are the math tools of C#. There is the addition, the subtraction, the multiplication, the division, and the modulus. The modulus gives you the remainder after dividing two numbers. So let's try it out in an example. For this, we create two integer variables. Then, we'll use these variables with the operators and print the results to the console. Before we print to the console, let's try to predict the results. 10 plus 3 has to be 13. 10 minus 3 is 7. 10 multiplied by 3 is 30. 10 divided by 3 is 3. In C#, the result of a division between two integers will always be rounded down to the nearest whole number. And 10 modulus 3 is 1, because the remainder from 10 divided by 3 is 1. So, let's start the console and see if we were right. Perfect. Now that we understand the arithmetic operators, let's move on to the comparison operators. There we have equal, not equal, greater than, less than, greater or equal, and less or equal. They always return true or false. We will often need them later in if statements and in loops, but we will cover that in another part. For now, we will just write them in the console.writeLine command and look at the result. For this, we create again two integer variables and compare them to each other. By the way, if you want to write console.writeLine, you can just type CW and then press the tab key. Perfect. Now, let's try again to predict the results. If you want to, you can pause the video and try it on your own before we do it together. 10 equals 3 is false. So, 10 not equals 3 has to be true. As 10 is greater than 3, the result also has to be true. Then 10 less than 3 will result false. Greater or equal will be true, and less or equal false. Let's check if we were right by starting the console. Perfect. Now that we understand the comparison operators, let's move on to the last group of operators, the logical operators. Logical operators are used to combine conditions. There we have the AND operator, the OR operator, and the NOT operator. Let's try this out in an example by connecting two Bool variables. You can write it like this in the beginning if you want to check if something is true. For better understanding, that's totally fine. And later, when you become more confident, you can just write it like this. So, let's take a look at what the results will be. If is sunny is true and has umbrella is true, the result would be true. But since that is not the case, the result will be false. In the next statement, we check if is sunny is true or has umbrella is true. The result will be true if only one of them is true, or if both of them are true. Since that is the case, the result will be true. In the last statement, we check if is sunny is false. You could also write it like this in the beginning for better understanding. Since is sunny has the value true, the result will be false. Let's check if we were right by starting the console. Congratulations! We now have successfully mastered operators in C#. If you found this video useful, hit the like button and subscribe for more coding wisdom. And until next time, keep building.